this video, we will cover the theory and operation of two common remote start systems. This dealer-installed unit acts as a key and a remote, which requires both to be programmed. This unit, however, only acts as a key, which requires less programming. The dealer-installed unit will have its own antenna and fob. This aftermarket unit, however, uses the vehicle's already existing remote antenna and remote fob. Both units use a jumper to tie directly into the data link connector, and use the vehicle's network through this connector. The dealer unit relies solely on the power, ground, and network from the data link connector. For the dealer-installed unit, the light on the fob is used to verify if the system is working properly. Notice after pressing the start button twice, the fob will start the vehicle, then flash and beep 2 times, indicating it started the vehicle successfully. This is an example of what the different fob flashes and beeps mean. This can be used to assist in diagnosis. In this case, we get a single flash, indicating the remote unit received the command. Then, we get 3 quick flashes, indicating the remote unit was unable to start the vehicle. For this concern, we can rule out the fob and the antenna, because of the single flash. However, the network, power, ground, ajar status, and trouble codes could all be potential causes for this problem. When the remote unit receives the command from the fob, it sends the start request to the BCM. The BCM will then check for a correctly programmed key, which is incorporated into the remote start unit. If the BCM sees a correctly programmed key, it then checks for any door, hood, or hatch ajar issues, which would disable the remote start. Its final check will be for any trouble codes that would prevent the remote start from working. If none are found, it will send the command to the PCM to crank and start the vehicle. See the dealer-installed diagnostic video for further information. The aftermarket remote start uses the factory key fob. Pressing the lock button 3 times sends a command from the BCM to the remote start unit to start the vehicle. Pressing the remote 3 more times sends a command from the BCM to the remote start unit to shut off the vehicle. To see flashes for diagnosis, you need to have the remote start unit accessible, and watch the flash as shown. The blue light flashes with each press of the lock button, indicating the remote start is receiving the command. However, the red light flashing at the end indicates the remote start failed to start the engine. This unit has a jumper for the vehicle transceiver. It also has a jumper for the ignition switch. Therefore, when it receives 3 lock commands from the BCM, it takes direct control and acts just like someone is turning the key on. The advantage of this type of system is the fact that only a spare key programming needs to be performed, and an additional fob is not needed. When this unit is operating correctly, the blue light will flash each time the lock button is pressed. The red light will come on while it tries to turn the ignition on. Then it will flash again to attempt to start the vehicle. If the unit detects the vehicle started normally, the light will change to a yellow light and stay lit as long as the engine is running. For further information regarding troubleshooting this system, see the diagnostic video for aftermarket remote start systems. For tips on installing an aftermarket remote start system, see the aftermarket remote start installation video.